the renowned Cenobite, but LAGr not scared at all. Just let it through, and Outcast have just picked that immediately. So I'm not too sure how much experience Swonk has actually got. I know he is a seasoned Cenobite player, but since it's been banned so much, he hasn't really played it much in comp. But we have to know that he's probably going to be pretty confident mechanically. And Spirit being LAGr's pick, something we know Blip for being a really good player on the Spirit. So that's also going to be very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just about to say, Incog, that Smunk is definitely a renowned Cenobite enjoyer. So I'm very excited to see how he plays tonight. I don't think I've actually seen Smunk at all play this season on the Cenobite. So yeah, once again, very excited to see how he goes. Nonetheless, so we do start off this game with Blip instantly picking up that box and Smunk just teleporting to it straight away, just wasting Smunk's time a little bit there while the others set up for these gens. And we do also spot our good friend Tito here on the Claudette, just missing that chain and just going to be initiating this chase onto Shaq. Yeah, very good start for our friends at LAGr. What are you thinking, Cog?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, he's going to get gold pallet here. But yeah, good early diversion of pressure there by Blip, solving the box at main building, and Smok couldn't really commit to it. Just, he knows after even he breaks the door that it's going to take him a long time to even get his first hit. But we can also talk about the perks here. He hasn't opted for Bamboozle, which a lot of the M1s tend to take on Dead Dog. He's actually gone for Noed alongside Pain Res, Sloppy, and of course Corrupt Intervention. So looking for that little in-game bite rather than the chase perk of Bamboozle. But he actually breaks off towards 5 here, and he finds Phantom and Dweebay. So interrupting a double gen, which is really good pressure. It's something you definitely want to happen, especially with such a rough early game he's had so far, not even being able to get a tag. He's gotten a couple of strong pallets out of the way already, but I mean, in the end of things, he has to start getting some downs here.
Yeah, definitely. I was just about to say, Incog too, it's a very rough start for our friend Smokey, finally getting that first tag onto Phantom with that Corrupt being gone. And we do also see, I believe that is our good friend Blip there coming in for a body block, or maybe not entirely sure. No, just letting Blip loop all by himself, and unfortunately that is going to be our first down. But we do see a gen pop over in the bottom side of the map there towards 7-8. So it's not a terrible start for either side, honestly. I feel like Smunk had a bit of a rough start at the start, but he's sort of bringing it back a little bit, getting that pain res. And yeah, like you said, he does have that Noed in his back pocket because LAGr are a very, very seasoned team. You know, they've been playing for quite a while. So Smunk bringing Noed, you know, feel like they maybe not as confident, but then again, you need to be bringing these perks to be getting a nice win con for your team.
Yeah, for sure. LAGr has a bunch of seasoned players on the team. Not the same team as we saw last season. They have quite a few different players on it from various other teams from the previous season, like Blip and Dweebay were together last season, and Phantom was with another team as well, and they have some people like Bing and all that sort of thing. So all still very seasoned player, but a few of them haven't played together in a while, so I wonder if there's going to be maybe some rust on the synergy here, but hopefully not for their sake. But we just see Swamp kind of just camping this camping Fan with a second here while just harassing Tito's on that main building gen with his chain. Forces a second and just opts to leave, and it looks like he's kind of wants to take chase with Tito's here on the main building gen, which is generally a gen you kind of just would rather ignore and just let go, but seems like he wants to take this chase. Oh, unfortunately, he's going to miss the chain, and we see the unhook come out onto Phantom and an FTP. Yeah, and it looks like Smonk's just going to drop the talent out option because of their FTP.
Oh, wow. Very nice stun there coming in from Blip there. I'm not entirely too sure. I feel like maybe Smonk should have gone for that tunnel option onto Phantom there, especially with these chains just using our poor friend Blip here, getting that nice down there. And that is going to be another fresh hook being achieved. Phantom waiting patiently for that pickup so he can now solve that box without hopefully being interrupted. And that is another pain res there just being applied to main gen. So the gen pressure's slowed down a little bit for our friends at LAGr, and Smog sort of just picking himself up a little bit. But I'm very excited to see how Smog will retaliate.
Yeah. Oh, these are some pretty wild chains that he's going for across the main building onto Tito, just slowing him down a little bit. I don't really know if they're worth it, especially when you miss them like that. But we see 2 generators pop in the distance, and this gen at main building is about 75%. So as soon as he leaves, Tito's just going to be straight back on that gen, and that is going to be popping in the next 20 seconds or so. And with Blip just halfway through on his first stage, I think he really needs to leave this and go for a fresh chase. We have DeadbyOCE here, which is one of the prime targets. Tito's being on main building is definitely already at the strongest structure on the map. So I think probably taking chase onto DeadbyOCE would be a good idea, but they're definitely not going to send DeadbyOCE in just to trade for a second stage onto Blip since he's already fresh. We see second stage come out, and Phantom and Tito's are doubling this last gen. It's going to pop any second here. And yeah, but we do have Noed active now, so if Smonk can find Tito's or DeadbyOCE, he might be able to secure himself a possible 7 stage, but he's got Phantom here, which is just a free down, but there's only 1 stage.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll pick this. I think he'll just leave, and because whoever unhooked Blip is a fresh, so he can try and find whoever got the unhook onto Blip. The gate's already open. Are they just all out already, I think?
Yeah, that's insane. That's a 5 stage, honestly. Wow, very well played from LAGr there. They knew they had that. He had that Noed in his back pocket. Just get that unhook onto our good friend there, Blip. And yeah, just going to be taking that 5 stage 2 fresh. So it's a pretty rough result for our friend Sir Smonk on the Cenobite. But yeah, very, very well played to LAGr. Just showing you how seasoned these players are. They are ready to just destroy the teams in Div 1.
Yeah, I think once Smonk found Phantom at the main building and couldn't find Tito, I don't think he should have committed his time to even get the down on Phantom. He should have just gone back to Hook and I think probably tried to find whoever was doing a door close by, or maybe someone trying to come in for a save. But yeah, committing their time to get to Phantom means they got the unhook and all 3 of them got out. So yeah, 2 fresh 5 stages, the first 1 set for Outcast there. So they're going to have to get only 4 stages against LAGr here. So yeah, it's a tough win con for them, but we'll see if they can pull it off just after a quick break.
Where we are going to be seeing Beng taking on the killer role as the Cenobite. And I actually haven't seen Beng play any Cenobite recently, so I'm very excited to see how he goes. We do immediately get that box logic coming in straight away, and that is a very good start. I do also want to just point out as well, we do have our Bamboozle instead of our Noed. Knowing this, Beng just realizing that he doesn't have to get many stages to achieve that win con, so just going more for a chase rather than worrying about the end game result means that I think Beng is pretty in control and pretty calm of how this game's going to turn out.
Yeah, for sure. Beng definitely is a seasoned Cenobite player. Cenobite hasn't been in the pool for a season or so. Oh, I guess it hits through the pallet straight away too. That was rough. But yeah, I mean, in the previous seasons, Beng has played Cenobite and has gotten very good results. Fails the mind game there, but Universe not really paying attention to what Beng was doing, was just holding W, and it's going to be a super quick down, still at 5 gens, and I don't think there'll be much in progress at all as Beng had the box active, so the chain hunt was going on and just got stopped as Universe was knocked down there. But yeah, so not a great start for Outcast here with a 4-stage win con.
Yeah, definitely. This is a very rough start for Outcast already, especially Universe being popped straight onto a Scourge Hook and now just initiating another chase onto here. Not winning 50-50, unfortunately, getting that 9 sloppy tag. And I believe Beng is just going to be opting to, just leave this chase and just go straight back and hopefully catch another survivor going for this unhook. And we do spot our friend here, Ryan, on the Giga Bill here, going for a trade there. And that is just going to be another down, another fresh hook. And that's also a pain res hook too. So this is very, very rough.
Yeah.
And now this is wow. They're just waiting out that BT last second. Now this is 2 slugs with an injure on the board. This is just, unfortunately, looking really rough for our friends at Outcast.
Yeah, for sure. And once he takes this hook onto Universe, if he can even go back and pick up Ryan Lang, I believe they'll basically just be GG. He does get picked up though. And we see someone running off to the left there. Looks like Bing spotted someone going to the right side as well. I think that is Ryan. He's going to hit the chain, but Ryan is still going to be able to make the window there. We see the unhook come out onto Universe across the way. Oh, he's actually cutting off Ryan here.
Wow.
And Ryan is just getting destroyed by these chains still. The, I can't remember what the name of the purple add-on is. Something, Original Pain, is that the add-on? No.
I have no clue. I did not touch this killer at all, Incog. Someone can probably correct me in the chat. But nonetheless, so that is another fresh hook being achieved onto Ryan. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe one more fresh hook might seclude the deal here for this set, giving it the 1-0 towards LAGr. We do spot Universe here, who is actually our death hook survivor, and he's just getting impaled by all these chains and just barely couldn't make that fast vault. And that is just going to be Universe now taking a trip into the sky, and no one's bothered to go for this box just yet. So this is just rough. Like at 5 gens too, someone already dead. This is Incog. I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I mean, this is about as bad as it could be going right now. Taking the TP from the box is on the injured Hanju. And, Hanju vaulting into Bing. It looks like he had life potentially there. Just wanted to make some distance. Bing gets a nice chain. Oh, tries for a swing through the pallet, but Hanju was paying some decent attention there. Does get a fast vault, but it's just going to be going down. And yeah, this is going to be the win con for LAGr, because this will be the 3rd fresh with 5 hooks. So yeah, it looks like Bing's just going to go for a pain reset. Outcast have popped their first gen, but they're already in the 3v1. I don't think they're going to get stages out the door at this point, because that kill coming in at 5 gens is really, really rough.
Yeah, I've also just been informed in the chat that purple add-on is Impaling Wire, and I did have a sneaking suspicion that that's what it was called, but I didn't want to look like a doofus in the stream there and getting it all wrong. So if anyone was interested, that's what our add-on that our good friend Bing is running. But yeah, nonetheless, as you said there, I agree with you, Incog. I just don't think they're just going to be. Oh, that was so close. But I just don't think they're going to be getting any stages out this door. This is another chase onto our friend Ecto, who I believe is our last fresh hook of the game. Yes, unfortunately, like you said, this is already a win for our good friends at LAGr. But nonetheless, Outcast are still putting on a good show, putting on a good fight, and we do love to see these intense games.
Yeah, for sure. And 3 injuries across the board, Hanju now in deep wound. And Ryan just trying to run with what he's got, but he does not have much. He's going to get chained here. Good patience by Ryan there. Is going to eventually throw the pallet, and oh wow, really good patience by Ryan. But yeah, I mean, that's not a pallet you can really, even if you win the 50-50, you can't make distance off, so you just have to keep on playing it until you die, basically. But yeah, he's going to go down. 2nd gen for Outcast have popped. But this is the 6th stage for Bing here. And I think there's going to be another pain res, I believe? No, not another pain res, sorry. I think his last pain res is on Ecto. Teleports to 100, and he is just getting absolutely bombarded with chains here. The Impaling Wire really doing work, and yeah, he's just dying on pallet, but we see the unhook come out from Ecto, so no one is close by. And is this death onto 100? Is this 2nd stage? It's 2nd stage, yeah. So Hanju and Ryan now on death hook. Ecto's still fresh, but yeah, both survivors still injured, and with Sloppy, they're never going to really get time to get a reset going.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think they've been really worrying about resets, to be honest, especially with that Impaling Wire value coming in and just that box logic as well. Like, it's just very tough for our friends at Outcast to just, I don't know, get any sort of momentum or any sort of gen pressure going at the moment. We do initiate a chase onto Ecto, like you said, who is our last pain res of the game. Ecto not having much to run to, not many resources have already been sort of dropped in this area. And yeah, just going to be getting this hook and going straight to this pain res, where I believe is our 1st stage. Yeah, so Outcast, not looking too hot, but nonetheless, I still love these games. I still love you know, keep in mind this is a team that's just coming straight into Div 1, so, you know, give them some time and they'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and they're basically going against what is probably I think everyone would agree, the best team in Division 1 at the moment. Pretty close contention with Inception. But yeah, I mean, this is their first game of the season, and it is looking very dominating already. And we've got Hanju on the ground and Echo on the hook here, and Bing is just opting to slug and possibly try and find Ryan Lang wherever he is. He's on the Giga Bill, so he is super loud. We do find scratches, and we have located the Bill running into Shaq. Bing lands the chain, but I think he's still going to have enough distance to make this Shaq pallet.
Yeah. Especially with that bamboozle as well, to just end this chase as soon as possible. Ryan playing very smart there, just pre-dropping that and getting a bit of distance on the other side of the map. Doubling back there and just barely got that pickup onto our friend Hanju there. And with those new fast vaults, Hanju making it out of that shack and just choosing to run towards our 4-5 side of the map. But nonetheless, so with don't think there's any sort of unbreakables or anything like that against Cenobite. So once we get this down onto our friend Hanju, I believe that is going to be hopefully the game.
Yeah, so yeah, 4K at 3 for being a very dominating performance on Outcast's choice of killer here. And yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a little bit demoralizing for Outcast, I think. But they really gotta keep their hopes high and go into this Spirit set, just trying to look to take a cheeky win so they can possibly push it to the tiebreaker. But yeah, this game was very rough and definitely showed the power of LAGr and how strong of a team they are.
Yeah, definitely. Like LAGr just like coming in, they are not messing around here. Like you said, they are just probably most renowned OCE team. You know, they've competed in tournaments in Southeast Asia, Northeast Asia, and they've pretty much just dominated all of that. But nonetheless, so that was a very good result for LAGr, and well played to Outcast too for, you know, giving it their all and coming into Div 1 and trying their best. Nonetheless, so we are going to go into a short intermission where we will be back, I believe, on the Spirit on Wrecker's Yard. So yeah, just stick around. Get something to eat, get something to drink, refresh yourself. We will be right back. And then, yeah, hopefully be able to get into these games. And yep, there we go. We are just underway, loading in now. I was waiting to see what our good friend Blip is going to be running. And it looks like it's just, yeah, pretty stock standard build like we saw in our last matchup with Elusive and J-Duck, being Pop, Corrupt, Sloppy, and Eruption as our last perk. Blip just going straight over to his Corrupted Gens and immediately spots, I believe, our good friend Ryan on the 8s here, just running over towards the bottom side of the map. Doesn't have any sort of pallets to work with, so it's going to be a very, very quick down.
Yeah, I mean, gives a free tag immediately because he doesn't actually run to anything. Just runs deep 6, but there's no pallet to play. Tries to crouch on the corner, but I think Blip's a little bit too smart for that. That's not really going to work. He's going to get his first down deep 6. And yeah, he's going to get his first hook. He's going to try and hook up into the map a little bit here at first because all the survivors have going to be rotated away from the bottom side since that's where his Corrupt was. So if there's any gens with progress on it, they will be around this area. And he has found 2 survivors immediately. We find Universe here. And Blip's going to take the tag. And Universe is just going to be trading here. So we might just be seeing a Deliverance probably from Universe. I don't see any reason why you would just straight up trade unless you have Delhi. Especially with another survivor nearby, because we saw someone else run away as well. But yeah, he doesn't really care. Just going to slug Universe here, and he's just going to get the down onto Ryan again.
Wow,
and that's going to be second stage already.
Yeah, that was a very, very quick down onto Ryan there, and Universe still slugged on the ground. And with these new changes coming into DeadbyOCE, our possible Deliverance player cannot be running Unbreakable with the new hook grab changes. So nonetheless, so we do get that pickup onto Universe, but that is 3 survivors that are just actively just running around, not doing any gens. We do spot this gen here towards 7 side here. sorry, correct me, two side actually. I'm a bit rusty at the comm scene. But then we also do see another gen pop in towards 12 there. So the gen pressure is, we do also see this gen here got a little bit of progress. So there is some gen progress happening on the side of Outcast. But yeah, with Ryan already on Death Hook, it's not looking too hot at the moment.
Yeah, he is inching very close to being dead already. We see a reset come out onto Universe. Universe did have a medkit, so he might have reset himself, but it looks like he was thinking about phasing to Ecto there, as Ecto's playing pretty aggressively for that gen, but he's just going to come back to the hook and try and confirm this. We see Universe coming in for the unhook, but
oh my
Blip's
god,
going to try and body block, and he actually is able to hit him while he's in the unhook animation, and that's going to finish the timer for Ryan's death there, and now he's going to slug and go for Ecto here, it looks like.
Yeah, and that with that eruption as well, they're knowing exactly where our good friend Ecto is injured. This is a lot of pressure already on the side of LAGr here. If this is a very quick down here, this is 2 slugs with only 4 gens and a death. Oh, no. Very, very nicely done there from Ecto there, just being very patient and vaulting in last second. Blip still just going to be getting this down, or continuing to get this down. Oh, just barely couldn't get that hit onto that window. And that only leaves our good friend Nolsey on the tap there to make a decision to pick up our friend Universe, which we do see there. But yeah, there is absolutely no gen progression happening at the moment.
Yeah, Ecto going to be zoned back up to the top side of the map here. Blip is going to block the pallet again. But, oh, what? I have no idea how that even happened, but yeah, Blip is gonna, and we hear a slow bolt immediately. Yeah, Blip's got that headset on max volume, so he's definitely gonna hear that. But yeah, I mean, Blip finally gets it down onto Ecto, and we've seen the pick up onto Universe here. So maybe Universe and Nolsey have departed ways. It seems like, as there hasn't been a reset onto Universe just of yet. It seemed like Nolsey was working on this gen over here at 10. We are going to be applying Pop and Eruption. Universe has probably ran all the way down to deep 6s. I think that's probably Nolsey coming in for an immediate unhook. It is indeed. He's going to be throwing down this pallet, and Blip's going to be going for a phase here. Oh, but good movement there by Nolsey. He's actually going to avoid getting tagged here, but Blip doesn't really care. He's just going to continue this tunnel onto Ecto.
Yeah, you got to watch out, though. The possible... we got to have our DSs and our decisive, and yeah, like you said, all of our exhaustions coming in here. Oh, wow, Ecto playing very, very patiently with this pallet. Oh, unfortunately, just vaulting straight back into our friend Blip and tasting that absolutely disgusting hit. Going to be getting this pickup onto our good friend Ecto here. No DS, unfortunately, for him. And yeah, it's going to be going straight back to that same hook where we can possibly go back and kick that gen if someone has wrapped for it.
Yeah, and we actually see a gen, I think it was the gen at 5 that just popped by the hill. And yeah, this gen has been tapped at least by probably Nolsey. Again, we see scratches, and then another immediate unhook by Nolsey, but this time he's going to take a tag for his trouble. And now Blips is going to finish out the tunnel out onto Ecto here.
Yeah, it's Nolsey was just sort of staying around that gen there, just trying to get some progress on it. Unfortunately, yeah, this time getting a tag. We do see Ecto there getting that down. No DS, unfortunately, from the first or the second down. And that is going to be Ecto out of the trial. That is now 2 survivors sacrificed with 2 injures on the board at 3 gens. So it's looking, yeah, not too hot right now for Outcast. But if they can possibly pop another gen, you know, it's not looking, you know, terribly too bad. You know, they're fighting, and that's what I like to see.
Yeah, and we have found Nolsey again. Oh, he's actually doing some juicing here at this pallet gym. Oh, Blip actually spots him breaking away, though, and he's going to go into phase. And I think he's going to be going down for this. Yeah, he does. Prox Eruption, also that gen at 9 as well. That gen at 2 actually had a decent amount of progress, so it looks like Blip might be hitting over there. Yeah, he's going to have a look to see in case Universe is actually rotated to maybe try and pop this last gen. It doesn't look like it. It's still at about roughly halfway. Universe is also injured, so he's going to be easy to hear. So I think if he's not on 2, he's probably on deep 6.
Oh,
Yep.
wow. Yeah, we do get that gen popping there. So it was very nice there for Universe to stick that gen and just make that win con a little bit more achievable on the side of Outcast. Nonetheless, so that is going to conclude. Hopefully, we don't see any unbreakables coming in at last second here. Blip just going to be going straight back towards where Nolsey was down. And yeah, just getting these last two, I believe, fresh hooks. I'm not sure. No,
Yeah.
Universe has been. No, no, sorry, Universe hasn't been hooked. He was slugged for most of the time. So yeah, just getting these last two fresh hooks. Blip going straight back to Universe, getting a bit of nodders. He's a bit happy with himself there, as he should. 4K2 is a pretty good result on Wrecker's Yard as the Spirit.
Yeah, for sure. It's a very good result for Spirit. We've seen Spirit in the past get pretty high stages, roughly around 9 or 10, or sometimes like 4K at 0. But we also have seen, like some games where they've gotten pretty, quite a few stages out. But yeah, I mean, I think the variance is roughly around like 9 or 10 stages. But so yeah, like a 4K at 2 is a very good result.
Yeah, and we're just waiting now. Blip indicating he knows that our friend Universe here is possibly our Deliverance player, so
Yeah.
he just does not want any sort of chance of two stages getting out that hatch. So he's going to be waiting for our friend Nolsey here to just get sacrificed up into the sky there, and then once that happens, Blip can just take this hook on to Universe without worrying about any sort of Deliverance, and yeah, just conclude our first matchup on the Spirit.
Yeah, I believe that I don't know if Universe is actually going to bleed out before Nolsey
Ooh,
dies. No, actually, I don't think he will. I think there's roughly about a minute left for Nolsey, and a minute left for Universe, and I think there's about 30 seconds or maybe 20 seconds left there for Nolsey. So I think Blip should be in the good to just wait this out. Because yeah, if he ends up hooking Universe now, Universe is just going to instantly Deliverance because Nolsey is still technically in the game. But if Nolsey's dead and he hooks Universe, then it doesn't even give Universe the option to
yeah.
attempt to unhook himself.
Yeah, and Blip, Blip, very seasonal player, done a lot of, he's had a lot of comp experience in the past. He knows just to wait patiently. Just going to be waiting for Nolsey as soon as just before he gets sacrificed, I would imagine. Yeah, just getting this pickup onto Universe here, just making sure he doesn't go out of sight here, sort of just creeping around. Yeah, and as we see, we'll finally get that pickup. And then once we see Nolsey sacrifice, yeah, there will be no Deliverance,
Yep.
unfortunately. Yeah, and there we go. That is going to conclude our first half of the Spirit set. We're just going to wait for Universe to die here, but once Universe is taking a trip up into the sky, we are going to be taking a short intermission where we're going to be seeing Outcast respond to this 4K at 2 WinCon. So please stick around. We will be right back with you very, very shortly. I believe it's going to be our friend Hanju on the Spirit. And there's a lot of pressure for him. He needs to achieve a 4K at 3 against a team like this. We do see a very, very interesting build, like right off the bat. I believe that's a full totem build. That's very unique. Incog, what do you think?
Yeah, I think interesting and unique is definitely the right word for it. He does find someone super early in Deep Six, just like Blip did, and Phantom gets a quick hit and is able to phase again instantly. We see, it doesn't actually win the pallet 50. We see a totem already being cleansed, so Undying already out of the way. But we still have Ruin and Devour Hope, and Pentimento can be active. Phantom running into Shack, throwing God Pallet. Good pathing so far by Phantom to delay this chase as much as possible, and Hanju going to be taking a phase here. Oh, the Firecracker actually still blinding Hanju, and when the Spirit gets blinded, they actually get forced out of the phase walk, so yeah, but Hanju with that Rusty Flute add-on is going to recover very quickly, but now Phantom is going to be dying on this pallet at 6, but Hanju not phased, doesn't actually think there's going to be anyone around. Yeah, I don't think it's really worth. And yeah, just like Blip, he's not going to be taking this hook down in Deep Six. He's actually going to try and take on a little bit more into the map, but they already have their first gen here done at 10. And this is kind of close to where that that totem was broken, but if he rekindles this, they're gonna know exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be that is just gonna get cleansed instantly, basically. But
Yeah.
I mean, just use it while you can, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting as well. I don't necessarily agree with no corrupt intervention. We've already seen a gen pop for the first down. We do get that unhook onto Phantom Knit, and we do initiate a chase onto good friend Dweebe here. Dweebe just playing, just holding W, just keeping him like this top side of the map where the gen, I believe, was completed. Do get that nice tag onto Dweebe, but we do see a reset onto Phantom. Hunju's just sort of just playing for fresh stages, it looks like at the moment, not really worrying about a tunnel out, which is an interesting option because I feel like he just needs to get a quick tunnel out to achieve that win con of 4K at 3.
Yeah, and with no sloppy, the resets are going to be coming out a lot quicker after the unhook comes out. So it really means you want to be playing a lot closer to the hook if you are wanting to get an early tunnel out. But yeah, it doesn't look like Hanju's really interested. But I think that's the only way he's ever going to be able to get a 4K at 2 or a 4K at 3 here to possibly tie or win this.
Yeah, it's already looking at his win con right now with only 2 stages. So it's looking pretty rough for my good friend here, Hanju. We do see another reset, like you said, with no sloppy butcher. These resets can just be really, really quick, especially right off the hook grab. So it's not looking too good. Hanji, though, still just giving it all he can. He wants to make a statement. He doesn't just want to give in very quickly. We do see this gen has a bit of progress, but Ruin's still up, and so it's just very, very slowly regressing. We do get a chase onto Phantom here, which is already one of our hooked survivors. We do just barely couldn't win that mind game, getting that drop there onto the wrong side there, just leaving, oh no, leaving Phantom just to make a lot of distance to this little filler here next to Shaq.
Yeah, and Phantom's just going to be holding W towards this completed gen at 3, and a nice double back, and Hanju reacting just a little bit late to it, and I think Phantom's going to make this pallet anyway. No, he doesn't actually. He does have Crane to work with though. He is going to be pre-dropping this, and I don't know if I would want to phase this. It's usually one of the pallets that you do want to kick even with phase up, but it seemed like Phantom was holding the corner and maybe didn't realize that Hanju went into phase there.
Yeah, and unfortunately we do see 2 gens pop for that chase, which means that LAGr has, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on who you're going for, have won this matchup against Outcast. So very well played to LAGr, but also I'd like to give a huge shout out to Outcast, for coming in and giving it all, especially being their first Div 1 game against one of the top team of OCE.
Oh, wow. And yeah, and a big swing there by Hanju. He has 3 stacks of Devour Hope. But has Devour Hope been cleansed? I don't actually think it has. No, it hasn't. Phantom was just recently hooked right beside a Hex Totem. So if someone's possibly cleansing that, Hanju might not even get value out of the 3 stacks of Devour Hope here.
It's definitely a very interesting build he brought in. I'm not necessarily agree with it, especially with the win con you were trying to achieve against a team like this. But nonetheless, though, it's something unique, and you always got to bring something unique when you have a very, very tough win con. But we do see a chase onto Dweebe. Very, very nice down there with that Devour coming in, but it probably is enough to possibly pop that last gen, I would imagine, in COG.
Yeah, I mean, since we saw the hook onto Phantom at 5, and there's a gen at 5, they're probably doubling that as we speak. I'll be very surprised if this gen, isn't going to pop any second.
Yeah.
And we do see it popping, and we see Phantom and... Was it T-Doge? I'm actually not too sure. Yeah, it was T-Doge. He's going to be throwing down that pallet, and Hanju's actually going to be getting a nice phase and getting the down onto T-Doge there as his 4 stack of Devour comes through. But yeah, Wincon already met for LAGr, so they're sitting pretty right now. And as long as someone gets a gate open, they can get these stages out, Hanju might just end up with a 7 stage with 3 fresh here.
Yeah, the game's already been over for about 2-3 minutes, so I feel like our friends at LAGr are just going to be taking the outs here. Their job is already done. They've gotten the win con. Here we do see a deliverance here
Deliverance for
onto
the hatch.
Tito here, and he probably actually makes it to hatch here. No, he doesn't. That phase gets that distance and just closes Tito's, but Tito just holding W straight to that door here. It's probably going to be actually really close. Oh, never mind. Tito's just doubling back there. I feel like this might be the end for our friend Tito. I don't think he's really got anything to work with here. I don't think that other door's opened as well. So I feel like Hanju can just sort of just hold a position here and possibly, get that extra stages.
Yeah, he has lost him though, and Tito just booked it away. So he actually does have to be a little bit careful here of Tito's possibly wrapping around to this already opened gate, or he could just be getting onto the unopened gate as we speak and opening that.
It's
to be a little bit worried.
Yeah, it's a 50-50, honestly. If you stay at this door waiting for the wraparound, he could just be opening that other door. But we do see
he's actually just out.
Yeah, we do see the scratch marks there, and unfortunately, that is going to be the win for LAGr if you are an Outcast fan. But nonetheless, that was very, very well played